We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
In today's video, we have some great news and we have some horrible news for Tekken 8. And in this video, I just want to break down both things. I'll start off with the bad news because it's kind of important for the people who bought into the idea of, getting merchandise from Bandai Namco, and for people who are maybe in the future thinking about it. We know that Tekken, the Twitter account, and Bandai Namco, they're always trying to sell us stuff to buy, whether it be the game itself, whether it be monetization like skins or characters or stages, or it be like stuff outside of the game. You talk about skateboards, necklaces, jackets, anything you can imagine, alcohol. They try to sell it all. One of the things that they sold, and is very, very expensive, was this Tekken 8 figurine. This is a limited edition, and they were, pushing people to pre-order. It's signed by Harada is what they're selling it as, right? Now, players have bought this. They're getting the actual products, and they're not liking what they're getting. This person says, I don't know who else bought the Tekken 8 Fist Meet Fate figurine, but they finally accepted my pre-order after paying for it in January. This was supposed to ship in August. This person paid £200 for it, and when they got it, first off, it was late, but then second off, it looks horrible. So many people are getting their statues and it looks absolutely atrocious. This is how Jin looks. This is how Kazuya looks, but then this is how they were advertised. So these are $200, $300, pounds worth of like figurines, and it is not living up to the players' expectations, and this has a lot of players frustrated. You have this post on Twitter, this is false advertising, and here you can see some more comparisons between, look at how crazy Kazuya's forehead and his hair looks there. It's just a severe lower quality. Like you can see once again Jin compared to what's literally on the box. Now I don't know why there has been such a sharp decline in quality, but for it to be on something that's this expensive, it just simply has a lot of players upset. Now I don't know if Bandai Namco could or will do anything to make this right, but in my opinion they most certainly should. Players are not happy with what they've been sold, and they feel like it's a false advertisement. You just see post after post after post of people complaining, right? There was a person who DM'd me on Twitter. I won't read the person's messages, but you guys can just see it for yourself, right? These are people who are just buying into the idea of like supporting Tekken 8, and they're being burned from it. Tekken does not need this bad publicity, and when will they stop letting down the players and giving the players a reason to be upset?
Look at the quality on this shit. Just look at the face. Like, you see that? Look what it's supposed to look like.
That's all that I'll say on this. Let's move on to the good news, the great news. And the great news is that we will be getting a reveal, announcements at the LCQ. I made this post 2 days ago. There will be no reveal at the TWT finals. Are you still watching it live? Now, the reason why I tweeted this out is because I thought that this was the case. I thought that they were not going to show anything whatsoever, and it will only be about the competition. But as I was streaming, people kept showing up saying, Moonsault, what do you think about the update? What do you think about the update? And I'm like, what update? I'm like, are you talking about the Game Awards? What update are you talking about? And they're like, no, the LCQ. So basically I went back and I read this, thing that they shared. And right here on line number 2, it says new information about future updates for Tekken 8 will be announced. I don't know how my brain skipped over this part. Maybe I was just so focused on making a video and I just was highlighting the fact that there would be no character announcement here, and I completely lost sight of that. Yes, there will be a announcement for future updates, and this has a lot of people thinking like, what will they show? When they say future updates, we know it's not referring to a character. We know it's possibly also not referring to the stage. We believe both of those things will be handled later. Players are speculating that that will be handled at the Game Awards. We have no confirmation of that. That's just the best guess that we can make. But updates can mean anything and everything, and I just have a few things that I wanted to show to you guys that could be potentially what they will show. Now, this is not a confirmation of anything. This is just a collection of tweets that I dug up from Harada that are basically loose ends that we're waiting for to get basically like an update on. Now, the first thing is this Payday tweet. The Payday developers have met with Harada multiple times, and they were at the 30th year celebration. And then after the fact, while Harada was still in the location, the official Payday account said they are in a very important meeting. And you do just have to highlight this and just wonder, is this meeting somehow related to Tekken? And will this be something that's announced, whether it be skins, collaboration of some sort, anything? But another thing that we have to highlight as well is this tweet from Harada that was made on November the 14th, where someone asked him, is Ghost versus Ghost still happening? And he says yes. Now for this screenshot here, everything on this screenshot has basically happened so far. So the spring balance that was happened a while ago, the new stage, we got that. Photo mode, we got that. Story mode and online practice, we also have that. The only thing on this screen that we do not have is Ghost versus Ghost. And once again, I wonder if this will be a part of the update announcements that they have planned. This one is a little bit confusing, and I'll need you guys help trying to pinpoint exactly what Harada means by this. But he responds to someone and he says, we will be open to displaying customized characters in the future, not in the distant future. So he's talking about the main menu screen and how characters can be displayed here, and he says they will be displayed in the future, but not in a distant future. What does he mean by that? So this was made back in October the 2nd, so we're 2 months away. Is this tweet from him kind of putting us like in a December kind of time frame, or is he talking about something that this will happen way later, like you talk about May, April, you know, the summer, something like that, right? Him saying in the future, not in the distant future, it's a little bit confusing, but once again, you could just look forward to stuff like this. Now, what everyone is truly thinking about is, as you can see here, Ryujin's tweet, Season 2 wish list. Over the past couple of days, I've seen a lot of people talking about what they want for Season 2. And I was like, why is everyone talking about Season 2? Why is everyone talking about balance updates? Is everyone looking forward to the Game Awards that much? And then, like I said, I went back and I read this tweet and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why everyone's talking about the update. A lot of players are going into this, TWT finals wondering if they will talk about balance. Now, I don't think that they will talk about Season 2 before they reveal the final character. To me, that seems backwards, and it also seems unnecessary. Why would you say anything about Season 2 and then show the final character, and then release that character probably like a month later, and then like in a couple months later then talk about Season 2? It just seems too confusing. You don't want to show or say things that's conflicting with the current balance. We know that Tekken 8 will continue in this form for at least a month, right? So you don't want to say anything that will conflict with what the final character will be and what that balance will be. So I don't think they'll talk about Season 2 right now, but what I will say is that with the Tekken World Tour Finals finally coming to an end, they have been putting off balancing because of tournaments. So now that it's over, will they address the balancing of this game? Like, you can nerf characters like Yoshi, Dragunov, Jin Kazama is someone who's talked about a lot right now. You can nerf all of those characters when the final character releases in this game, and you can hint at some of those things. I don't know if you guys remember, but when they first showed Eddie, they did a Tekken Talk, and they were showing, at the time when Dragunov was one of the most obnoxious characters in the game, they were showing things that they wanted to do with Dragunov and Azucena when Eddie releases. So will this be basically the equivalent, where Eddie and the balance update were together, but now it's separate? The balance update is at the TWT, and will the character update be at the Game Awards, right? So they're still giving us the same information, but this time it's separate. That's the question. Will they be doing that? I don't know. Me personally, all this flack about Yoshimitsu and Yoshimitsu players being carried and Moonsault you suck, I can't wait for this day to end, and I would love for them to go on stage and talk about, use Yoshimitsu as an example of how they want to fix this game, address this game. With this announcement that they're planning, they can do a lot of stuff here, from talking about small updates that they want to do, talking about actual mechanics that they want to change. Like I said, I do not think they'll talk about Season 2 at all, but there's many other things that they can definitely talk about, showcase,